Hello everyone and welcome to my 17th review. Today I'll be reviewing TYRON by slowthai. I was super happy to hear that slowthai was coming out with a new album because even though I've never listened to a slowthai album, I wanted to see what he could do. Before this I haven't heard any of the singles, but I've seen so many people talk well about those songs, so it definitely made me more excited. At the end I definitely got an album with a lot of fun, then on the other side a lot of emotion. But let's get into this. 45 Smoke is the intro and a great and strong way to start this album with this crazy sounding looping melody of these keys and this person screaming or something, then coming in with slowthai rapping with a great energy and flow alongside very well fitting drums. The little refrain in the middle of the song with then pitching down the main melody in the instrumental is nice, then going into his second verse. The second verse is great, but the way he says it ruins it for me personally. But a great intro and one of my favorite songs, definitely top 5 maybe. Cancelled is another top 5 song for me with great work from slowthai alongside Skepta, with this flute melody and great drums and complements both slowthai and Skepta. Skepta on the chorus is great, and his verse is also great. The beat switch after the first chorus definitely makes it better. Slowthai's verse doesn't fit the instrumental at some points, but he definitely comes with one of the better verses on the album. It's definitely a great song, but it doesn't really seem like a slowthai song considering Skepta's on the chorus and a verse too. I personally prefer Skepta on this song anyways, but still great work from slowthai and one of my favorite songs. MAZZA is probably my least favorite song personally. The instrumental is pretty bad for both slowthai and ASAP Rocky, with that main melody specifically, and also the bass doesn't really fit well. Slowthai definitely comes in with one of his best and most personal verses talking about drugs and how they've changed him, it seems. ASAP Rocky kind of makes the song better, but the instrumental doesn't really complement them well personally. Vex is another weird one for me. It's definitely not bad whatsoever. slowthai is great on this song, but I don't care much for the instrumental. It seems like he's just talking about haters or whatever, and there could have been more creative ways to talk about it. The chorus on this song is great though, and I don't hate the effects on his voice, but it doesn't really work well on this instrumental. I do like the drums though, it works well alongside his verses. It's kind of a hit or miss and forgettable song personally. What was one of my favorite songs with this arpeggio alongside hard-hitting drums. slowthai has a great verse that definitely fits the instrumental more, but I got so disappointed when I found out that the song is only 48 seconds. I would have actually been fine with this being a full song, but I guess what we have here is still good. Dead is another really great song, seeming like he's talking back at people saying he's changed because he's become famous, and he actually does this kind of concept very well. With this piano melody, I think alongside these great hi-hats work so well alongside this great chorus by Kwes Darko. slowthai's verses are pretty slow compared to the chorus, but I think he does well in both verses. Definitely one of my favorite songs. Play with Fire is the outro to the first part of this album, and I think it's a pretty forgettable song, but after going back to it, I think it's definitely a great song with him definitely being more honest, at least on the first part of the album. The instrumental isn't anything special, but does well alongside slowthai. The chorus is somewhat fine personally, but I still love it. His verses are definitely more sad compared to the instrumental, and even other songs on this first part, I definitely love that he did that. Then around the end, where it all goes half speed and slowthai just talking to everyone, telling us to, I guess, not listen to others' hate, and I love that he did that. Another alright song for me. I Tried is the intro to the second part of this album, where now all the titles are lowercase, and he definitely gets more honest. He comes extremely deep and saddening right away, and alongside this incredible instrumental with his vocal sample, I think, alongside great drums, guitar, and chords. Him singing at the end is also very nice. He does have a good singing voice. I do really love this song. Focus is another great song with some more great vocals and chords. I do think I like this song more than I Tried. Production from Mount Kimbie and Kenny Beats, but the trap style drums from Kenny, I assume, do not fit the song well, especially that cowbell or whatever it is. Then the other drums are better. slowthai then comes in with again more great and saddening verses. Definitely I like this more than I Tried. Terms is definitely one of my favorite songs, seeming like he's talking about people seeing you as a famous person or as an artist and no longer a human, and coming to terms with it. Maybe. Sorry if I'm wrong. slowthai's verses are great, but not anything new besides subject and I guess a faster flow. Dominic Fike on the chorus is incredible, fits so well, maybe my favorite part of this song. Denzel Curry doesn't add too much besides some background vocals and ad-libs. Would love the verse, but what we got is fine. I understand putting the effects on his voice, but it would have been cool to hear his normal voice. But definitely one of my favorite songs. Push is another one of my favorite songs. I was super excited to hear it because I've been a big fan of Deb Never, and she doesn't disappoint on this song. Such a calming song with great guitar and Deb Never's intro and outro, and slowthai's chorus. Slowthai's verses are much more faster that don't really fit too well, but they're still great verses. I love the song so much. Top 3 definitely. Then NHS is probably one of my least favorite songs. I don't hate it that much. He fits the calming instrumental with great piano very well actually, but it isn't that interesting compared to other songs. Sounds like a basic song that maybe Brockhampton might do. Slowthai is definitely great on this song and chorus, with high-pitched vocals is fine, but there are other songs I rarely listen to. Love the emotion on this song though. Feel Away is another one of my favorite songs, and was super excited to see what slowthai and James Blake would do on a song together, and even on Mount Kimbie production. It says it's dedicated to Michael Johns, who was a friend of slowthai that passed away as a child, and I love that he did that. It's definitely a beautiful song. The instrumental doesn't fit too well with both slowthai at some parts and James Blake at some points too, but of course James Blake comes in with beautiful vocals to make the song a lot better. It's just a beautiful song altogether. Only problem, I guess, is the drums don't fit too well, but still one of my favorites. ADHD is the outro to the second part of the album and the album altogether. This song is a beautiful way to end the album with great guitar, him sounding very monotone to add more emotion, and a great chorus from slowthai. Then that little part of him talking to someone on the phone was super heartwarming. I thought that's how they would end the album, but all of a sudden, slowthai comes in with this very loud and aggressive verse. I didn't like this at all at first, but after actually reading the lyrics and connecting it to the theme of the song, I definitely appreciate it more. Not my favorite song, but definitely a beautiful way to end the album. And all I really have to say left is, for listening to a slowthai album for the first time, I definitely love what he did, splitting into this more so exciting part than a much more sad part. Great album. 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching.